So this is going to be a demonstration of the interior of the cardiac chambers. Let's start off with the atria. This is the right atrium in front of us. And we can see the opening of the superior vena cava here, where my finger has gone in. And this is the opening of the inferior vena cava here. On the outside, we have a shallow sulcus here, between the opening of the superior and the inferior vena cava. And that sulcus is referred to as the sulcus terminalis. Now what we will do is, we have already split open, and I'm going to reflect the walls of the right atrium. And I have done that here. So now we have reflected the cut portions of the right atrium, and we are seeing the interior of the right atrium. Straight away we can see this muscular part here. This is called the pectinate part, or the musculi pectinati. This is the thick ridged muscles of the right atrium. And we can see the smooth posterior part. The smooth posterior part is the inflow part of the right atrium, where we have the opening of the superior vena cava and the opening of the inferior vena cava. That smooth inflow part is referred to as the sinus venarium, because it is derived from the sinus venosus. Structure dividing the pectinate part from the smooth sinus venarium is this ridge here. That ridge is referred to as the crista terminalis. The crista terminalis is the ridge which is represented by the sulcus terminalis on the outside. What are the other structures that we can see on the inside of the right atrium? We can see this depression here. This depression is the fossa ovalis, which is the remnant of the foramen ovale. So now my left finger is inside the right atrium, and my right finger is inside the left atrium, and I'm touching the interatrial septum. So this is the interatrial septum, and so this is the depression is the fossa ovalis, which is the remnant of the foramen ovale. I will show the counterpart of this on the left side when I show the left atrium. The next structure which I would like you to notice is this filamentous structures that you see on the interior. This filamentous structure is the remnant of the valve of the inferior vena cava. At the opening of the inferior vena cava to the right atrium, there is a valve. And we can see yet another filamentous structure here. That is the valve of the coronary sinus. And that is also referred to as the Hebesian valve. And that brings me to the opening of the coronary sinus itself. This probe has gone into the opening of the coronary sinus, and I'm going to turn the heart, and we can see the other end of the probe is here. This is the coronary sinus. So the coronary sinus also opens into the right atrium, and at the opening there is a valve, a remnant of a valve, and that is called the valve of the coronary sinus, or the Hebesian valve. What we cannot see in the right atrium, but which are present in the right atrium, is the sinoatrial node, which is located at the upper end of the crista terminalis, where my finger is located, and the atrioventricular node, which is also located near the opening of the coronary sinus. So these are the structures that we can see in the right atrium. Now I'm going to show the interior of the left atrium, and for that I'm turning the heart a little bit. This is the left atrium. And just to bring you up to speed, the left atrium forms the majority of the superior border of the heart, and it also forms the bulk of the base of the heart. This is the region of the base of the heart. And we can see these four structures opening into the left atrium. These four are the pulmonary veins. These are the two left pulmonary veins, and these are the two right pulmonary veins. And I have split it open here, and I am reflecting it now. Now you can see the interior of the left atrium. And you can see that the interior of the left atrium mostly is smooth. There are no thick ridge muscles, because the left atrium is the inflow of the four pulmonary veins. What I would like you to notice is, again, I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm going to put my hand in the right atrium. So this is the region of the interatrial septum. And this is the valve of the fossa ovalis. This is the remnant of the septum primum. After delivery, when the pressure on the left side increases, the septum primum closes on the septum secundum, and the remnant of that becomes known as the valve of the fossa ovalis. So therefore, the carry-home message is, on the right atrium we have the fossa ovalis, and on the left atrium we have the valve of the fossa ovalis, which is the remnant of the septum primum. So these are the structures that we can see in the left atrium. So these are all the structures which I wanted to show you on the interior of the heart and the respective valves.